Good evening, and welcome to Veterans Memorial Stadium for Quincy High School's graduation ceremony as we celebrate the class of 2026. I am Assistant Principal Edward Smith. I would like to start by thanking Mr. David Murphy, Commissioner of the Natural Resources Department, Mr. Joe Bellotti, Director of Plant Facilities, and all of the city and school employees who transformed this space into the remarkable facility for us today. I would now like to welcome and recognize the members of the educational learning community of Quincy High School who will be joining us on the platform this evening. We welcome the mayor of this great city and chairman to the Quincy School Committee, the Honorable Thomas P. Koch, the Quincy Public Schools Superintendent, Mr. Kevin Mulvey, Assistant Superintendent, Dr. Aaron Perkins, members of the City Council and Council President, Ms. Ann Mahoney, school committee members, Vice Chair, Mrs. Catherine Hubley, Mr. Paul Brigoli, Mrs. Tina Cahill, Mrs. Kate Campbell, Mr. Tom Leung, and Mrs. Courtney Perdios. Quincy High School Principal, Mr. Keith Ford. Also in attendance are many distinguished local and state delegates. We would like to recognize and thank our deans and class advisors and our security team, led by QPS Director of Safety and Security, Larry Taglieri, our school resource officers and members of the Quincy Police Department who are here tonight to ensure a well-organized and efficient commencement ceremony. Special thanks to our Parent Advisory Council for their ongoing generosity and support, to Nancy Scarnizzi and Amy Clifford and the QHS office staff who have helped prepare for tonight's event, and to our school counselors under the leadership of Mr. Bill Reardon for their hard work and commitment to making this day possible. Joining us on the field tonight are the Quincy High School school faculty, Quincy Public Schools administrators who are educators behind the great minds we are celebrating today. Their commitment extends far beyond the classroom, shaping our students' academic paths, character, and future. Please give a round of applause for these exceptional teachers and administrators who have dedicated their life's work to educating our students. Their impact is truly immeasurable. Last, but certainly not least, to the parents, grandparents, guardians, aunts, uncles, brothers, sisters, and friends. Every single one of you who is here tonight, you're not just celebrating this momentous day, but every single day that led up to it. You've been there through the early mornings, the late nights, the triumphs, and the challenges. Your unwavering support, encouragement, and love have been the foundation upon our graduates have built their successes. Thank you for joining us tonight to share in this incredible milestone. Your presence makes this day truly special. It is now my pleasure to introduce to you the principal of Quincy High School, Mr. Keith Ford.
Thank you, Mr. Smith. Thank you for all you do for our students and staff. Good evening. I'm gonna try that again. Good evening. Please join me in welcoming our Quincy High School class of 2026, led by valedictorian Nathan Nguyen, salutatorian Ramona Bento, and senior class president Dylan Marcato. Graduates, senior members of the band and choir, please move to your designated area. Seniors that have chosen to join our military forces, please come forward to the podium.
Who's leading it? I think you should all.
I'll lead with.
You're getting it like the
Who wants to lead it? No, we just had a
Before we proceed, I would like to take a moment to recognize some very special individuals among us today. We are honored to have veterans who have served our country with great dedication and sacrifice. May I ask all veterans present today to please stand and be recognized. At this time, please rise if you're able to, remove your caps, and join us in a moment of silence to pray in your respective faiths for the safety and well-being of our graduates, for the many men and women who serve our country, and for those you hold dearest to you. Please remain standing for the national anthem performed by the Quincy High School Choir under the direction of Mr. Timothy Carew, followed by the Pledge of Allegiance led by our 13 enlisted service members.
Say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave for the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Shall I go? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Here, we go back.
We don't.
Thank you. The pledge was led by Lila Cook, enlisted into the Air Force, James D'Angelo and Jonathan Keene, enlisted to the Army, Aiden Pang, enlisted to the Massachusetts Army National Guard, Aviana Garcia Pizarro, Travis Garrett, Lucas Gomes, Amine Liche, and Amy Nguyen, enlisted to the Marines. Andre Dos Santos, Wellington Jaquez Castillo, Anna Murphy, and Taryn Sanders Smiley enlisted into the Navy. Each enlisted student received a QHS Challenge coin, which are symbolic tokens of tradition and pride, often presented to military personnel as recognition for their achievements. This challenge coin signifies inclusion and serves as a reminder of their shared experiences and value here at Quincy High School. Congratulations to our enlisted service members. You all may be seated. The Quincy High School Choir will now perform What I Did for Love by Marvin Hamshlin and Edward Keeben, with several class of 2026 soloists and pianist Gingy Grimes under the direction of Mr. Timothy Carew.
Kiss today goodbye, the sweetness and the sorrow.
Wish me luck the same to you.
But I can't regret what I did for love, what I did for love. Look, my eyes are dry, the gift was ours to borrow. It's as if we always knew.
And I won't forget what I did for love, what I did for love.
Gone, never gone. Love is never gone, never gone. As we travel on, love's what we'll remember. Love. Kiss today goodbye.
Kiss goodbye and point me toward tomorrow.
We did what we had to do. Won't forget,
Can't forget
what I did for love. What I did for love. What I did for love. Never gone. Love is never gone, never gone. As we travel on, love's what we'll remember. Kiss today goodbye,
and point me toward tomorrow.
point me toward tomorrow. We did what we had to do. Won't forget, can't forget what I did for love. What I did for love. What I did for love.
Thank you, Mr. Carew and Quincy High School Choir. And now, under the direction of Mr. Michael DeMarco, the Q&Q Wind Ensemble will perform The Klaxon by Henry Fillmore. Can we give another round of applause for Mr. DeMarco and the Q&Q Win and Sabo? I now invite Student Council Secretary Maya Tittle to introduce our next speaker. Maya will be attending the University of Illinois, Urbana-Champaign this fall.
Good evening. My name is Maya Tittle, Student Council Secretary. It is my privilege to introduce the class of 2026 salutatorian Ramona Benzel to speak to the graduates.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Quincy High School graduation ceremony. This night is a time to reflect on and appreciate the accomplishments of ourselves and those around us. Personally, I would like to give a special word of appreciation to my mother, Gretchen O'Hare, QHS co-valedictorian class of 1992. I'm very proud to somewhat carry on the tradition. I'd also like to thank my father for all his enthusiasm to help me learn outside of school, my siblings for being wonderful, my teachers for helping me learn all that I can, and my friends for making school all the more enjoyable. I mention all these people because they have all contributed greatly to where I am today. One of those things that I am today is someone who loves music, and one of my favorite songs is Once in a Lifetime by Talking Heads. It has one line that has particularly resonated with me lately. The question of, my God, how did I get here? I've reflected a lot on this question at the personal level, and I believe that the best answer is with the help of those around me. All of these aforementioned people contributed to my growth across so many areas. Without my family, I would never have learned what it means to consistently be there for someone. Without my teachers, my critical thinking skills would be terribly underdeveloped. Without my friends, I would have so much more trouble finding joy in the world. For everyone else in this stadium, your support system probably looks different. Different groups of people within it, different sizes, different abilities to help. But we all have one that has contributed to our growth into the adults that will receive their diplomas tonight. Now, this is not to discount individual efforts toward growth. Personal dedication is incredibly important and a major reason for why all of us are here tonight. But it can be very easy to focus in on individuality and forget to appreciate the support of others leading up to this moment. When we neglect how others help us, it can be also very easy to minimize the importance of us helping others. Every graduate sitting here tonight is part of another story, whether we realize it or not. There is someone who you have touched in ways big or small, whether you are aware of it or not. To create these connections with others is something to strive for. We should all search for more ways to help others, compliment them, and to bring joy into one another's lives. If you have already put in this effort during the past 4 years, I encourage you to consider it part of all the work you have put in to be here tonight. If not, it's never too late to start. To all the graduates today, you have worked hard for yourself and for others. You all deserve to be here and should be incredibly proud to be here. Roll hats.
Thank you, Ramona. Ramona will be attending Bryn Mawr studying mathematics in the fall. Well, good evening to our families, faculty, staff, and honored guests. Y'all looking good tonight. Y'all looking real good. Before we begin, I think it's fitting that we celebrate the class of 2026. We also recognize that our nation is celebrating 250 years of history. For 250 years, America has been known as a land of opportunity, a place where people from different backgrounds, cultures, languages, and experiences come together with hope of building a better future. When I look out at the class of 2026, I see that story living right here at Quincy High School. Our strength has always been our diversity. In this graduating class are students whose families have roots that stretch across the globe. Different stories, different journeys, different perspectives. Yet together, we've succeeded as one school community. That is what makes Quincy High School special. We are living proof that when people come together with respect, perseverance, and shared purpose, incredible things seem to happen. And tonight, we celebrate not only what you have accomplished, but the opportunities that lie ahead for each and every one of you. We are here to celebrate the class of 2026. And I'm not gonna lie, this one's pretty special. You are the class that I had the privilege of entering Quincy High School with. From day one, we walked these halls together. We learned together. We grew together. And over the past 4 years, I had a front row seat to your journey. I've seen you figure things out. I've seen you overcome challenges. I've seen you support one another. And most importantly, I've seen you develop what it truly means to have president pride. That's not just saying something, but it's living it. You showed it in the classroom. You showed it on the field, the stage, in the community, and you showed it in the way you carried yourselves each and every day. And when I think about your class, I think about the mindset we've talked about often this year, which is win the day. Not win someday or win when it's convenient. Win the day that's right in front of you. Because success isn't built in one big moment. It's built in small choices you make daily. Showing up, putting in the work, staying focused when it's hard. And you've done that. You've grown so much over these 4 years, and it's truly been a pleasure to watch. There's a line in our school song, march down the field to the music. And tonight, in many ways, that's exactly what you're doing. You are stepping forward, moving ahead, writing the next chapter of your story. And as you do, I want to leave you with this. Be strong, work hard, stay disciplined, stay focused, but also be kind, be humble, be someone who lifts others up, because who you become will always matter more than what you achieved. As your principal, I've always tried to lead with purpose, to push you, to challenge you, to remind you that you are capable of more than you think, because I believe in you. I believe each and every one of you has greatness inside of you, not just talent, but character. And as you leave here, understand this. There is no one path to success. Some of you will go off to college, some to careers, some to the military. Some will still trying to figure it out, and that's okay. What matters is not the path, rather it's how you walk it. When adversity comes, and it will, stand firm. And when things don't go your way, adjust and keep going. When you fall short, learn from it, grow from it, and get back up. Never forget where you came from. Don't forget these halls, these memories, this community, because you are part of Quincy High School. You are always a part of President Pride. Class of 2026, you've made your mark here. Now it's time to go make your mark in the world. Continue to think for yourself, work together, share with the world, and be aware of self and others. Congratulations, class of 2026. And as always, roll hats, everybody. I now invite Student Council Vice President Lauren Murphy to introduce our next speaker. Lauren will be attending UMass Amherst, majoring in kinesiology this fall.
Good evening. My name is Lauren Murphy, Student Council Vice President. It is my privilege to introduce Senior Class President Dylan Mercado to speak to the graduates.
Once again, good evening to the proud families and guests, teachers, administrators, and of course, my fellow graduates that stand before me today. For those who do not know me, my name is Dylan Mercado, and I'm grateful for the opportunity to be speaking with you all after having served as the class president for the past 3 years. It's hard to believe that our 4 years of hard work have finally paid off. And as I reminisce, I know that we have not just spent the past 4 years waiting for our diplomas to be handed to us. In fact, I'm certain that our journeys have been accompanied by trials, tribulations, and triumphs. But you've made it, and I'm proud of you all for that. As we sit together as a class one final time, I acknowledge that none of us have shared one singular path to get here. I mean, my path did not begin in Quincy, Massachusetts. It began in Lipa, Batangas, in the provinces of the Philippines. Settled in my old city, I was raised with my family's dreams of a better life, a life of education and opportunity, far beyond what rural Lipa had to offer. And so, much like many of you in the crowd, we immigrated. But in the beginning stages of assimilation into American culture, I couldn't help but feel out of place. In every room, I was reminded of the uniqueness that came with my skin, my language, and my culture. And with that came the quiet whispers of imposter syndrome, telling me that I had somehow made it into rooms I was never meant to enter, rooms that I could never hope to belong in. But as I matured and found myself over time, I began to learn that belonging is not decided by approval. It is an emotion that you yourself grow into. I learned that the people in these rooms don't have to like you, nor do they have to respect you. They don't even need to think that you belong. But when you walk into these rooms, you must act like you belong. With your shoulders upright and your chin up, you must speak, because your voice holds weight. Your voice holds the weight of the legacies of those who came before you. Your voice paves a path for those to come. Your voice is a catalyst of growth and change. So for those in the crowd who've ever felt like their differences make them undeserving of opportunity, let this be a lesson that you are in these rooms for a reason. I wish to remind you all of an adage a historian once called a law of history, true of every society across the ages. The adage is, only when it is dark enough can you see the stars. I know that many of us feel like we are turning the page to perhaps one of the most ambiguous chapters in our lives. And while that may be true, I have full faith that it will all be okay. Because when I look out at this crowd, I see light emanating from each and every one of you. The light of compassion, of resilience, and of purpose. It's a kind of purpose that urges you to look at the world clear-eyed and with the intent to leave it better than how you have found it. In this, we must embrace the love and good that the world has to offer us, but strive to change the hate that encompasses it. Class of 2026, let us be the generation of change. You all have the capacity to do extraordinary good in the world. I charge you all with that task. I'd like to recognize that I would not be on stage today without the support of my family and my loved ones. To my mother, whose fight with breast cancer earlier this year never stopped her from showing up. Thank you for being the constant light on my path. To my father, whose late night shifts and sacrifices have paved the way for me to succeed in America today. Thank you for paving the way for my dreams. It does not elude me for a second that everything I have today would not have been possible without the sacrifices you both have made. To Inay, my late grandmother, whose biggest wish was for me to have an education, I dedicate my cap, my gown, my stole, and all of my accomplishments to you. Ang tanging hiling niya lamang para sa akin ay makapagtapos ng pag-aaral. Ang lahat ng ito ay para sa iyo. Ang bawat tagumpay na narating ko ay inaalalay ko sa iyo. To my family, both here and in the Philippines, mahal na mahal ko kayo. I hope I make you all proud. Congratulations again to the class of 2026. Please don't be a stranger. Roll hats!
Hey, that's what it's all about right there. Can you another round of applause? Thank you, Dylan. Dylan will be attending Cornell University, majoring in cognitive science and gender studies this fall. I now invite Senior Class Vice President Emily Chen to introduce our next speaker. Emily will be attending Northeastern University, studying cell and molecular biology this fall.
Good evening. My name is Emily Chen, class of 2026 Vice President. It is my pleasure to introduce the Honorable Thomas P. Koch, Mayor of the City of Quincy, to speak to the graduates.
Thank you, Emily. Mr. Ford, Mr. Smith, Superintendent Mulvey, Dr. Perkins, faculty and staff of Quincy High School, members of the school committee, members of the city council, Senator Keenan, families of our graduates, but mostly to our graduates here tonight. As mayor of this great and historic city, I'm pleased to bring the greetings here tonight. It was alluded in Mr. Ford's speech about our celebration of the 250th anniversary of the signing of the Declaration of Independence. 56 men signed that document pledging their honor, their fortune, and their lives. It was the first time in the history of the world that revolutionaries had everything to lose. These men were all doing well. 24 were lawyers, 9 owned large farms, they were business folks, but they were determined. They had a dream, they had a vision of liberty. Today we enjoy those liberties, and we should never take them for granted. And you're coming from the great city of Quincy, and 2 of those men were John Hancock and John Adams, who called this their home. You know, the great philosopher Aristotle, from the 4th century, a Greek philosopher, talked a little bit about happiness. A lot of definitions of happiness. His definition said happiness is a byproduct of life fulfilled. Think about that. We have moments of happiness, but what do you mean by that? Find your passion. Do what you want to do. Work hard. There's no better ethic than a strong work ethic. You'll find the harder you work, the luckier you are. Be men and women of virtue. This country needs that. And wherever you land, whether it's back in Quincy or you find a home somewhere else, get involved in your community and give back. Democracy is not a spectator sport. I'd ask the Lord of all, the King of Kings, and certainly the Lord of love, to guide you, protect you in all your future endeavors. Congratulations, class of 2026.
Thank you, Mayor Koch. I now invite Reggie Johnson, Senior Class Secretary, to introduce our next speaker. Reggie will be attending Mass College of Art and Design, studying illustration this fall.
Good evening. My name is Reggie Johnson, class of 2026 secretary. It is my privilege to introduce Mrs. Catherine Hubley, vice chair of this Quincy High School Committee, to speak with the graduates.
Thank you, and they pronounced my name right. Hello and welcome. My name is Catherine Hubley, Vice Chair of the Quincy School Committee, and it is my honor to congratulate the graduating class of 2026. I would first like to take a moment to recognize my colleagues on school committee who are here with us today. Mrs. Tina Cahill, Mrs. Courtney Perdios, Ms. Kate Campbell, and Mr. Tom Leung, who is a Quincy Class High School graduate of 1997. Graduating class of 2026, you've spent years mastering so many things to get to this day, solving for X, navigating group projects, and remembering your locker combination. But the real world will test something even more important, your ability to think critically. This means pausing before you react, asking questions, checking sources, and refusing to let algorithms do your thinking for you. Listening, questioning, and thinking for yourself is the greatest way to enter your years ahead. But always remember to do it with positivity, kindness, and the concept that not everyone has bad intentions. Even though that is what social media and the news would like you to believe. Always keep an open mind and an open heart. In closing, I would like to leave you with some words of wisdom that my mother gave to me in my younger years that I have always remembered and hope you keep in mind while navigating your steps ahead when you need a little help. Think of your mother as someone who has already taken the test and is just trying to give you the answers. Congratulations, class of 2026. I wish you all the best and take care.
Thank you, Mrs. Hubley. I now invite Dara Marshova, Senior Class Treasurer, to introduce our next speaker. Dara will be attending UMass Amherst studying economics this fall.
Good evening. My name is Dara Mashova, class of 2026 treasurer. It's my honor to introduce Mr. David Jacobs, Ward 1 City Councilman, to speak to the graduates.
Good evening, graduates, 2026, families, teachers, administrators, and honored guests. It is truly an honor to stand before you tonight, and it is my pleasure to bring the greetings from the Quincy City Council and to celebrate this important milestone in your lives. Before doing that, I'd like to recognize my fellow members on the Quincy City Council who are here this evening. Not here this evening is City Council President Ann Mahoney, class of Quincy High School, 1983. At-large Councilor Noel DeBona, class of Quincy High School, class of 1993. At-large Councilor Susan Yuan. Ward 2 Councilor Richard Ash, class of 2010, Quincy High School. Ward 3 Councilor Walter Hubley. Ward 4 Councilor Virginia Ryan. Ward 5 Councilor Maggie McKee. And Ward 6 Councilor Deborah Riley. Before I begin, I would like to share a quote from Margaret Mead. Never doubt the small group of thoughtful, committed citizens can change the world. Indeed, it's the one thing that ever has. Every significant change in history began with ordinary people who cared enough to get involved, speak up, and make a difference. The future of our communities, our nation, and our world will soon be in your hands. Graduation is often described as the end of a journey, but tonight is less of a destination and more of an on-ramp. Tomorrow, each of you will begin traveling a road that no one else can drive for you. One important milestone many of you have recently reached is getting your driver's license, and I've learned that life and driving have a lot in common. Sometimes it feels like an open highway, and other times it feels like rush hour traffic. There will be moments when you take a wrong turn, you miss an exit, or find yourself on a road that you never expected to travel. Most of us don't end up taking the route we originally had planned, but if we keep moving forward, we often end up exactly where we need to be. One of the most important lessons I've learned is that GPS inside your car can help you to find your destination, but it's the compass inside your heart that will determine the kind of person that you will become along the way. As you begin the next chapter, I encourage you to question your assumptions, challenge your beliefs, and to listen to people whose experiences are different from that of your own. Not everyone will have the same opportunities to be heard. Some people will feel invisible, some may feel forgotten, and some as though nobody's listening to them. One of the greatest responsibilities that you will have is to use your voice not just for yourself, but for those who feel unheard. Speak up for those who need an ally. Stand beside those who feel alone, and listen to those who have been overlooked. And when life is going well, don't be afraid to slow down and make time for those who need help. The people you help often become the people who shape your own journey. I'd like to leave you with one final thought from Maggie Kuhn. Speak your mind even if your voice shakes. There will be times when speaking up feels uncomfortable. There will be times when standing up for someone else is difficult, but do it anyway. Graduates, drive boldly, drive thoughtfully, raise the voices of those who are voiceless, represent those who feel unheard, and wherever your road will lead you, leave every place and every person better than you found them. Congratulations, class of 2026.
Thank you, Mr. Jacobs. We are joined this evening by a number of special guests, many of whom played an impactful role during your time in Quincy Public Schools. First, we welcome all the principals, central office administration, directors, and support staff personnel who are in attendance here tonight. I would like to recognize the following special guests: members of the Quincy School Committee, members of Quincy City Council and state representatives, Superintendent Kevin Mulvey, Assistant Superintendent Dr. Aaron Perkins, and members of the superintendent's leadership team. Representing the faculty of Quincy High School, Dean of Students for the class of 2026, Mr. Matthew Ramponi, senior class co-advisors, Ms. Laura Anderson and Mr. Patrick Lane, Quincy High School leadership team members, Assistant Principal Mr. Ed Smith, History Department Chair Mr. Kevin Bell, Music Department Chair Mr. Michael DeMarco, English Department Chair Mr. Michael Ellis, Art Department Chair Mr. Michael Henson, Mathematics Department Chair Mr. Michael Gendron, a lot of Michaels, Science Department Chair Ms. Megan Murray, Special Education Department Chair Mr. Richard McAllister, English Language Learners Department Chair Mr. Simu Wolzani, Student Support Services Department Chair Mr. Bill Reardon, and World Language Department Chair Mrs. Amanda Rosenhagen. Finally, please join me in recognizing all the Quincy High School faculty and staff who join us here this evening, including Barbara Consul, Elva Hazelton, Christina Mendez, and Lahia Noriega Murphy, to whom we extend best wishes to a happy and healthy retirement. All teachers and staff, please stand and be recognized. Thank you. I now invite our Student Council President, Jacob Chan, to introduce our next speaker. Jacob will be attending Harvey Mudd College studying engineering this fall.
Good evening. My name is Jacob Chan, Student Council President. I've been lucky enough to get to grow up alongside this next speaker, and I can confidently say that he is one of the most funny, humble, and hardworking people I've ever met, so you guys are in for a treat. It is my privilege to introduce the class of 2026 valedictorian, Nathan Nguyen, to speak to the graduates.
Good evening, administrators, teachers, staff, families, and fellow graduates of the class of 2026. My name is Nathan Nguyen, and it is an honor and a privilege to stand before you today. Before anything else, I'd like to extend my gratitude to the people who made this moment possible. Firstly, to our teachers, counselors, staff members, for your guidance and unwavering support throughout our journey. Personally, I'd like to thank my family for their love and sacrifice. In particular, I thank my cousin Monica, who has been like a big sister to me for so much of my life. I also thank my mother and my father for everything they've sacrificed to create opportunities for me. Had they not immigrated to the United States in pursuit of a brighter future, I would not be standing before you all today. Mainly because I would be born and raised in Vietnam instead, but you all get the point. Now, as I look out at my fellow graduates on a day as hectic and eventful as this, I get the sense that there's one question racing through so many of your minds. Who's this nerd standing up at the podium? And I won't try to argue with that. It's not like I ended up here by accident. But as I've reflected on what to say today, I found myself thinking about the title that put me on this podium, valedictorian. For the past year, that title has seemed to follow me everywhere, becoming an inseparable part of how others perceive me. And while it's a title I'm incredibly grateful for, it's not me, at least not entirely. That title tells you something about a number on my transcript, but it tells you nothing about the doubts, the growth, the friendships, or the experiences that have made me me. That title is only one single story among many. A few months ago, I came across a TED Talk by author Chimamanda Ngozi Adichie titled, namely, The Danger of a Single Story, where she argues that the problem with the single story isn't that it's incorrect, rather it's incomplete. It is this heuristic that reduces and obscures a person consisting of countless stories down to just one perceived story. While it's easy to recognize when others do this to us, I believe it becomes much harder to recognize when we do it to ourselves. As we leave high school, I think many of us will end up facing that temptation. Some of us will define ourselves by the college we attend, some by the career we pursue, others by a major, a job title, or a salary. We live in a world that constantly encourages us to measure ourselves within simple parameters because they're convenient. But our lives are far more complicated than that. The student going to university is more than their acceptance. The student entering the workforce is more than their occupation. The student enlisting in the military, taking a gap year, freelancing, or still figuring things out is more than the path that they have chosen. And perhaps the most important thing I've learned during my time at Quincy High is that none of us can be summarized by a single line on a transcript or a resume. Each of us contains countless stories, stories of triumph, of struggles, of relationships that changed us, of risks we took, setbacks we overcame, and daily moments that pivoted our life's direction. Tonight, we leave here with one story in common. We are graduates of Quincy High School. It's a story we should carry with immense pride, but never should it be the sole story by which we define ourselves. As you move forward, I urge you to allow yourself to grow beyond the labels you've been given, and more importantly, the labels you've given yourself. Allow yourself to build a future far too expansive and far too robust to be confined to a single accomplishment, a single title, or a single story. Thank you, and congratulations to the class of 2026. Roll hats!
Thank you, Nathan. Nathan will be attending Brown University, studying health and human biology this fall. I now invite Mr. Kevin Mulvey, Superintendent of Quincy Public Schools, to the podium for his address and presentation of the graduating class.
Thank you, Mr. Ford, and amazing job, Nathan. Congratulations. Very impressive. Good evening, families, friends, and graduates of the class of 2026. On behalf of the superintendent's leadership team and myself, I want to congratulate you and your families on your great accomplishment of graduating from the Quincy Public Schools. It is an incredible honor to stand before you today, not only as we celebrate a major milestone in your lives, your high school graduation, but also as we mark a defining moment in our nation's history, the 250th anniversary of the Declaration of Independence. 2.5 centuries ago in 1776, a group of bold visionaries declared that all people are created equal, endowed with unalienable rights, life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. Those words, written in defiance of tyranny, shaped the course of the world. And for us here in Quincy, that story is especially personal. Quincy isn't just where we grew up, it's where liberty found its voice. This is the city of John Adams, lawyer, revolutionary, diplomat, second president of the United States, and most importantly, a relentless advocate for American independence. It was Adams with his amazing wife, Abigail, who, with pen and passion, fought for a republic grounded in the rule of law and human dignity. And not far from here lies the legacy of patriots and Quincy natives John Hancock and his wife, Dorothy Quincy, who fought selflessly and tirelessly for American freedom and independence. John Hancock's signature, encouraged by his wife, Dorothy, was bold, defiant, and unmistakable. It became a symbol of courage, a reminder that standing up for what is right sometimes means putting everything on the line. These patriotic men and women walk the same streets we walk. They look over the same coastline. And 250 years ago, they dared to imagine a better future, not just for themselves, but for generations to come. We are that future. You are that future. As you graduate today, you step into a world full of uncertainty, but also of great promise. And just like the Adamses and Hancocks, we are called to shape the future. Maybe not with declarations and revolutions, but with choices, values, and voices that matter. Carry forward their hard-fought legacy, not by dwelling in the past, but by honoring its meaning. Be bold in your convictions, curious in your minds, and generous in your communities. To you, the graduates, your story begins here in a city that helped give birth to a nation. May you write your next chapters with the same courage and hope that filled the hearts of those who signed that great declaration 250 years ago. Congratulations, class of 2026. The world is waiting for you, and you are now well prepared to make your own mark in history. Thank you and congratulations. Mayor Koch, Vice Chair Hubley, and members of the Quincy School Committee, I am pleased and honored as Superintendent of the Quincy Public Schools in this great city to inform you that the graduates assembled before you have fulfilled all requirements of the Quincy School Committee. Therefore, at this time, I recommend to you that they be graduated from the Quincy Public Schools. Congratulations.
Thank you, Superintendent Mulvey. All right, now it's the moment we all been waiting for. I now invite our Assistant Principal, Ed Smith, Senior Dean, Matt Ramponi, to join me, along with Student Support Services Department Chair, Bill Reardon, National Honor Society Advisor and Social Studies Teacher, Sarah Levine, School Counselor, Mateus Souza, Class of 2026 Advisor and Special Education Teacher, Laura Anderson, Special Education Teacher Claire Govastos, and English Language Learners Teacher Keon Thornton, who will introduce our graduates. And each diploma is a personalized card from a staff member led by Student Support.
Nathan Wynn Nguyen, National Honor Society. Ramona Bensel, National Honor Society. Dylan Aguado Mercado, National Honor Society. Emily Chen, National Honor Society. Reggie Johnson, National Honor Society. Dara Mashova, National Honor Society. Jacob Chan, National Honor Society. Lauren Murphy, National Honor Society. Mayana Ines Tittle, National Honor Society. Nathaniel Chen Barza, National Honor Society. Amy Bernard, National Honor Society. Christopher Conrad Brown, National Honor Society. Josie Chan, National Honor Society. Patrick Clifford, National Honor Society. Alexandra Haywood Demopoulos, National Honor Society. Tracy L. Dang, National Honor Society. Isabel Sienna Egan, National Honor Society. Aviana Charlize Garcia Pizarro, National Honor Society. Eddie Giza, National Honor Society. Layla Elisa Gomes, National Honor Society. Eliza Astiliado Henry, National Honor Society. Mayana Johnson, National Honor Society. May Mark Jew, National Honor Society. Shayla Castrati, National Honor Society. Vincent Lee, National Honor Society. Alexander Liu, National Honor Society. Nicholas Mangino, National Honor Society. Taylor Marie Mann, National Honor Society. Jake McKenzie, National Honor Society. Malcolm McMorrow, National Honor Society. Kathy May, National Honor Society. Priya Parasar, National Honor Society. Priya Patel, National Honor Society. Rachel Pavitas, National Honor Society. Cass Perdios, National Honor Society. Ava Pham, National Honor Society. Lulu Prono, National Honor Society. Jake Sampson, National Honor Society. Solana Salinger Batista, National Honor Society. Lucas Snow, National Honor Society. Audrey Rose Talent, National Honor Society. Teddy Tai, National Honor Society. Tia Saraya Wong, National Honor Society. Natalie Tom, National Honor Society. Stephanie Tran, National Honor Society. Vivian Tran, National Honor Society. Kang Triu, National Honor Society. Ethan Wikramaratna, National Honor Society. Paige Elizabeth Zaski, National Honor Society. Tiffany Zhang, National Honor Society. Yu Hong Zhang, National Honor Society. Tyler James Asatura. Maimuna Aden. Chidima Olivia Alamba. Mohammed Alawad. Luca Albuquerque. Zach Aldopoulos. Kota Elgizi. Mehdi Alizada. Salah Al-Khalidi. Isaiah Trevor Allen. Nathan Trevor Allen. Victor Jesus Alonso Lopez. Peterson Alphonse Gabriele Alves.
Kurt Andrade. Carla Andujar. Layla Antoine. Tammy Aparecida dos Santos. Michaela Anthony Dubison Apollon. Noah Sampson Araya. Navan Joao Cole Arguedas Miclay. Alessandro Arguello. Edwin Guillermo Argueta. Benjamin William Aronoff. Nathan Aronoff. Leah Baez. Nicholas Gregory Baker. Fabio Baliu. Jaden Barnard. Jonathan Benavides Zavala. Angelina Bennett. Eleanor Bergen. DJ Blaze. Connor Blatcher. Schnadine Blemmer. James Isaac Bowden. Joseph Elijah Bowler. Jack Boyd. Caleb John Britton. Janessa Genovava Brito Estevan. Benjamin Brown. Gianna Bueno. Olivia Burkett. Natalia Burton. Michaela Naima Cadet. Adora Olivia Candida. Jody Kennedy Grant. Christy Cow. Richard Tao. Samantha Capadonna. Anthony Carinci. Janelis Victoria Carrasquillo. Jarelis Castillo Gonzalez. Angelica Chandler. Caden Chaplin. Miles Thomas Chassie. Heidi Chow. Cherlin Chen. Queenie Chin. Wentao Chen. Mingkai Cheng. Sienna Lynn Shimaluski. I Tam Chung. Caden Cipriano. Michael Stephen Civitaries. Beckett Collier. Sean Conroy. Lila Cook. Lacey Kopp. Logan Corbett. Damian Cortez Pena. Olivia Costa. Shane Cronin. Mackenzie Kathleen Crook. Ryan Cross. Jameson Crowley. Ellie Crump. Mika Milan Cumberbatch. James D'Angelo. Adriana Daniels. Letitia De Silva Costa.
Can I have your ruler?
Kayleen Davenport. Aaliyah Davis. Larissa Oliveira de Freitas. Hanser de Jesus. Luan de Oliveira Silva. Loredana Deca. John de la Barba. Isabella Marie Diaz. Raiden Deanne. Christian Dizon. Sean Min Dawn. Jayla Patricia Dodson. Madeline Dolinsky. André Luiz dos Santos. Allison Hannah Doyle. Gavin Andrew Doyle. Wyatt Drinkwater. Debo Emanuela Marie Joseph. Aaron Ernest. Andrew Erico. Q Essex. Brandon Fanfan. Johnson Fang. Shahir Jones. Hira Fatima. Kieran Feldman. Calvin Michael Fanelis. Thaís Fernandes Valentim. Yewuri Fernandes. Jocelyn Ferrara. Ana Júlia Ferrazzo. Vitória Ferreira. Wendel Ferreira da Silva. Emanuel Ferreira Germano. Joshua Ferrini. Philmon Fesaya. Sean Fleury. Jordi Fonseca dos Santos Rocha. Maya Fontaine. Giovanni Frank. Grant Fuller. Tyler Chow Galicia. Gabriel Garcia. Kyron Garcia Costa. Travis Garrett. Laisha Shaddai Herman Mejia. Ileana Gietman. Lucas Almeida Gomes. Letícia Gomes Sena. Isaiah Gomes. David Good. Connor Green. Anaya Marie Grooms. Emily Marie Guerin. Sebastian Guerra. Brian Gustafson. Christopher Habshi. Jared Hancock. Isabella Haskins. Derek Haviland. Jackie He Lamb. Ashley Helfrich. Michael Hernandez Luna. Penny Suzanne Himmer. Fabian Otto. Jason William Holcroft. Haley Wong.
Luke Hurley. Tiana Wynn. Tiana Wynn. Vanessa Irving. Kirolos Ishak. Aiden Jackson. Wellington Michael Jaquez Castillo. Dave Joshua Jean Philippe. Jaden Daniel Janite. Merlene Jady. Kevin Jane. Desiree Johnson. Isaiah Johnson. Sophia Johnston. Jeremiah Ricardo Jones. Jonathan William Keene. Eddie Kellum Walker Jr. Ria Punguj Koperker. Jim H. Kwan. Shrikar Kuchlakante. Amin Lechi. Honesty Langley. Angel Lee. Kobe Lee. Kaylani Legal. Eva Lementaite. Lucy Lemieux. Alora Lenane. Mingwei Lee. Iris Liang. Aiwei Lian Fun. Andrew Lin. Mark Lindenfelser. Jaden Liu. Yun Yim Lo. Madison Logan. Michael William Lamano Jr. Jesliani Leah Lopez de Rosa. Kimberly Min Liu. Shane William Lucas. Alexander Lux. Stephen Lai. Mercy Florence Machado. Joseph Michael McNeil. Haitham Mandani. Gabriella Mahoney. Caroline Mann. Damian Mann. Jarieli Emelise Martinez. Yanni Emily Burgos Martinez. Mitchell Patrick Mariello. Gavin May. Megan Catherine McCarthy. Aiden James McElhaney. Jason Anthony McGillicuddy. Nazare McIntosh. Owen Riley McKim. Devin Thomas McPartland. Tara McPhillips. Gemma Rose McRoberts. Dante Caron Michael Melanson. Anthony Pires Mendez. Sophia Menz. Ariana Mercado Lopez. Michael Merrick. Matthew James McCarthy Middleton.
Destiny Montero. Destiny Monet Montero. Sean Moog. Rayana Anissa Mutu. Sean Moran. Matthew Morgan. Hallie Morrison. Alvin Moy. Anna Murphy. Joseph Murphy. Nico Murphy. Haley Nana Motonyi. Gustavo Rodriguez Natalino. Riley Neal. Dejalise Nevarez. David Neves. Min Niem. Amy Nguyen. Nyat Nguyen. Olivia Nguyen. Remy Nguyen. Sophia Nguyen. Tinan Nguyen. Tinyan Nguyen. Tiffany Nguyen. Sienna Marie Nickel. Braden O'Connell. Mary Catherine O'Connor. Molly Rose O'Connor. Anya O'Donnell. Brady Bodwin O'Neill. Christine Ong. Jordan Lillian Ortiz. Jason Osorio. Jaden Otero. Sophia May Pacioretty. Aiden Pang. Michael Lucas Parisian. Emma Parks. Jalen Parks. Carl Henry Pasteur. Beverly Paulemin. Laura Sofia Paz Jimenez. Scott Patrick Pearson. Sean Perry. Harry Pham. Kan Min Pham. Raymond Fung. Ana Luisa Pierres Rocha. Yanir Polanco Boteo. Jaylene Selexi Ponce. Yuri Daly Porter Ainsley. Henry Tate Purchase. Nan Quach. Jacoby Quinn. John Gabriel Ramirez. Charles Domingo Levis Ramirez Vasquez. Tobias Ramiz. Grayson Ramstead. Billy Rimovitz. Davon Robinson. Ziomara Robinson. Ana Hocha Hibero. Adrian Rodriguez. Raquel Nicole Rodriguez. Jalianis Rodriguez Santiago.
Jawen Wrong. Emily W. Ruan.
Amy Inocencia Ruiz Matos. Ali Anwar Sales. Ociel Salguero Perez. Taryn Sanders Smiley. Fabrini Santos. Gabriele Santos Souza. Hadia Saqib. Handy Saris. Bushra Shaw. Owen Short. Ryan Hassan Schumann. Madison Boudreau. Victor Emmanuel Silva Limos Pereira. Isabella Sue. Angela Skendai. Kiara Smith. Adama Lamine Suma. Yuji Souza. Leo Steinberg. Elia Steinberg Johnson. Kamari Stewart. Aaliyah Faith Sterling. Patrick Stone. Frankie Sullivan. Brian Tam. Chloe Tedeschi. Niliani Tejeda Diaz. Sophia Sean Terranova. Annabelle Jade Timas. Alice Tran. Tan Tran. Gabriella Marie Triplett. Megan Chloe Tsakim. Sienna Goddess Tucker. Noah Van Veen. Brody Vando. Ashley Michelle Vargas Montes. Mason Vega Ramos. Owen Veith. Leanne Ventura. Clavy Voikolari. Leo Wang. Martin Wang. Marquise Wash Lucas. Brian Webb. Frederick Whitehead. Starlet Shy Williams. Emma Wood. Daryl Anthony Wright III. Mankit Wu. Sujan Wu. Lucy Yi. Christopher Young. Aaron Young. Hannah Young. Carolyn Yu. Shayed Zaman. Jocelyn Zhang. Nicholas Zhang. Baolin Zhao. Rachel Zhao. Vincent Zhao. Zijun Zhong.
I now invite our class president, Dylan Marcado, to come back to the podium. The school committee has certified and awarded your diplomas. On behalf of the administration, counselors, and teachers and staff at Quincy High School, I would like to congratulate the class of 2026.
Will the class of 2026 please stand? With your left hand, please move your tassels from the right to the left side of your mortarboard. And on the count of 3, join me in a roll hats cheer while throwing our caps. 1, 2, 3, roll hats!
Congratulations, good night.